Okay. Good morning. Okay, I'm sorry for the technical issue. Yes. Good morning, Mangadang Umada. Selamat pagi to all distinguished guests, speakers, participants, and colleagues joining us from around the world. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. My peace, blessing, and prosperity be upon us all. The Honorable Vice Dean 1, Dr. Harmanto MPD, and the Honorable COE, Dean Dr. Romulo Lagon from Philippines, and of course, the Honorable three outstanding speakers who join this session today. On behalf of the organizing committee, I warmly welcome you to session 3 of the UNESA and CAPSU International Webinar Series. My name is Hanin and I'm honored to serve today as both your Master of Ceremony and moderator today for the final session. But I'm not alone here. I have a partner that will also accompany me today. She is Miss Rizky. Good morning, Miss Rizky.
Good morning, Ms. Hanin. I hope everyone is also doing well today. This is our last session, Ms. Hanin. But I mean the final session, the last but not least. I hope today's event will be great and successful like the event previous.
Yes, of course, because this webinar series theme Right to Impact, Enhancing Scientific Journal, Writing through Outcome-Based Education and Interactive Strategy is the result of strong academic collaboration between UNESA and CAPSU. So, this initiative aligns closely with our commitment to advancing the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly Goal 4, Quality Education, Goal 9, Innovation and Infrastructure, and finally, Goal number 17, Partnership for the Goals. First, before we begin our agenda today, let's listen Indonesia and Philippine National Anthem, followed by March of UNESA and CAPSU.
kasamaan. Ang kisap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagre-regre. Ang bituin at araw niya kay pangay pag-ibig. Lupa ng araw, narin pagsinta mo ay lumamig sa piling mo. Aming ligaya naman ay mamahal, mamamatay lang dahil sa'yo. Dengan tekad berjuang, dengan dasar Pancasila, meningkatkan kualitas sumber daya manusia. Universitas Negeri Surabaya mengembangkan ilmu berwawasan budaya dengan rasa cinta karya dan doa dalam semangat menyala.
Sikoy ko kami tolangi, sikoy ko kami to aldo woy bulan. Ikaw ang nagbuhat sa kabituunan. Ikaw ang nagbuhat sa kalibutan.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شمل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمة في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the light of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with the prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Manama, mawantog ka. Warag po ko ilingkoy ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko. Busa ikaw lang ang alagaran ko.
Thank you. To begin our session today, we are truly honored to invite esteemed leader from UNESA to deliver welcoming remarks. On behalf of our Dean, we invite the Vice Dean 1 of the Faculty of Social Political Science, Dr. Harmanto, MPD, to give his opening remarks. Mr. Vice Dean, the screen is yours. Hello, Mr. Harmanto. Okay, you are still mute. You are still under the mute, Mr. Harmanto. I'm sorry. You can mute. Okay.
Excuse me, Mr.
Excuse me, Mr.
Harmanto.
Harmanto.
Can you unmute your...
Yes, you're still mute nih. Can you unmute your device first?
Terus bisa
Ya.
ngambil lagi. Terus bisa
Excuse me, Mr. Harmanto, we cannot hear your voice.
Ya. Ano, stop.
Parang-
Na, okay na.
Siguro itu.
Okay, we will still
nggak usah pakai.
your voice. You can move your headset, Mr. Harmanto. Maybe your headset is some trouble. Have some
Okay.
trouble. Thank you.
Excuse us, ladies and gentlemen. We are facing technical difficulties. Yes,
Kaya nga ako niya, ano ba nakapatiin ko to pa?
Mr. Harmanto.
Bisa saya dengarkan, Bu Mbak
Yes,
Anin,
yes.
Pak
We
Now
Agus?
can
we
hear you.
finally hear your
Okay.
voice, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry. Let's trouble my microphone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be you.
Excuse me, Mr. Harmanto, your voice is lost again.
Excuse me, Mr. Hermanto, excuse me. Your voice is mute again. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Harmanto, we can still hear your voice. I'm sorry. Hello, Mr. Harmanto.
Di rapat, nggak boleh headsetnya, nggak dengar.
Telepon lagi Pak, telepon Pak.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a trouble. We will fix it. So we waiting for the connection.
I'm sorry everyone, I'm sorry Mr. Harmanto, there's technical difficulty once again. We were working and trying to help Mr. Harmanto to overcome his difficulty. Please wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. And I would like to remind everyone to follow also our session until the last speaker, because we will also have evaluations agenda later that you will need to you will need to fill in order to get the certificate for our event today. Okay, maybe Mr. Hermanto, can we now hear your voice, sir?
Hello, sir, Mr. Harmanto. You are still unmute your device. I'm sorry. Wait.
Langsung keluar.
Okay, we will still the technical remain the technical difficulty and
Suaranya, tadi suaranya.
waiting for this.
Okay, we can try again. Maybe Mr. Harmanto, can you rejoin us, please? I would like to say greetings for all the participants for Chapel State University. Thank you for joining our event today. And we are sorry about the technical difficulty because Mr. Harmanto is also in traveling mode. So it's a little bit hard to fix the technical difficulty, but we are still waiting for him and his confirmation.
Okay, maybe we can ask to the audience, Miss Rizky. Yeah, how many audience joined today? I think we have
We
almost
have
100 ya.
Oh, almost. Oh, itu little bit to 100.
Little bit 100.
And there is
Okay.
a lot of people from Filipino.
Yes.
We are very grateful for you all to join our event.
Wow, that's incredible ya. Because I learned something about Tagalog language.
Oh, really? Oh, you can try it, Mr. Hanin. What is the Tagalog language?
Just the word, Ma'am Rizky.
What
The
is
first
it?
one is about magandang umaga. Is it right? Maybe the audience can ini.
Magadang umaga.
Yeah, magandang umaga.
What is magadang
What's
umaga?
that? Maybe Mahesni or maybe Junjun Ogares, Mr. Junjun Ogares or Laini Evelina can translate what is magandang umaga.
Okay, Miss Remia, maybe?
Yeah, Miss Remia. What is magandang umaga? Okay. In the chat, good morning. Right. It's been good morning, Miss Rizky.
100 for Miss Veronica. It's good morning. I hope
Yeah.
everyone is also in a good condition.
Yes,
In
yes,
a bright
yes.
spirit, even though we are still hearing from Mr. Harmanto. Okay. Mr. Harmanto, can you rejoin us, sir? Because Mr. Harmanto is will go to Indonesia's capital city Jakarta, and he's now in the airport. So we are facing a technical difficulty. I hope everyone have good heart to achieve our apologize. We are really apologize about this technical difficulty. But again, Miss Hanin, we still hearing. I already asked Mr. Harmanto for unmute, but we still cannot hear his voice. Okay, maybe you learn another language, Miss Hanin?
The first language is good morning.
Good morning.
But the second language I have,
What is it?
hopefully it's right ya.
Okay.
Ada. Miss
Okay.
Herman is coming.
Mr. Herman is already coming.
Okay.
The sound is good, Miss.
Listen to
Mr.
my voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
very clear.
finally.
Okay.
The screen is
Thank
yours,
you very
Mr.
much.
Hermanto.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Thank you for
I'm in
joining
the
us, Mr.
bandara.
Hermanto. The time is yours.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace upon all. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greeting of virtue. Distinguished guys, coordinator of the undergraduate sociology study program, Mr. Dr. Agus Fauzi, person in charge of the event, Mr. Rizky Trisna Putri. Saks President Stri, Dr. Efren Linan, estimate speaker, lecture, participant, and all invite guys that I am proud to welcome. First and foremost, last us of higher graduates to the I'll make for greeting us to opportunity to gather here today at the International Webinar Series Session 3 with the theme Foundation of Scientific Journal Writing in Social Sciences. This event isn't just an academic tradition. It shows the undergraduate sociology study program dedication for fostering and scientific culture and encouraging publication in social science journal. In this international webinar series have 3 sessions. Today is the final session. And we hope that although this the last session, I will mark the start of strong partnership between all the universities. The theme for the session, applying interactive classroom-based strategies and actively engage students in the research process and strengthen their skill from topic formulation and presentation. I truly hope this event become a platform for meaningful collaboration and exchange of transformative ideas among participation. On behalf of the Dean of State University of Surabaya, I express my deep appreciation to everyone who has contributed to success of the event. Your enthusiasm and commitment are truly commendable. And now, by saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I officially open the International Webinar Series Foundation of Scientific Journal Writing in Social Sciences Session 3. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Harmanto, for this opening speech. Very, very interesting and very, very insightful. So we have a group photo session first before our main session. So for Mr. Harmanto, stay in here. Dr. Romulo, we hope you to open the camera. And for all the audience, please open the camera. Actually, so many slides. There are maybe 5 or 6 slides, right, Ms. Rizky?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Rizky and the operator, are you ready for being our photographer?
Wait a minute, ma'am.
Okay, please open the camera for the audiences. Let's go, we open. I have to see your beautiful faces and handsome faces.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Please keep smiling, everyone. And
Okay.
I would like to get you your picture.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Ma'am Hainin. There's technical difficulty.
Okay, please open your camera, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Thank you. Okay, are you ready, Ms. Rizky?
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Please count, Miss Hanin.
Yes, the first slide. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's get a picture together. Okay, let's move to second slide.
Wait. Saya.
Wait, we're still waiting.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, second slide.
Iya, apa caranya biar munculin semuanya?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
We next to our agenda today.
Yes, we
Before
are
the
ready.
speaker give the materials, I will give a time for my partner, Ms. Rizky, to read a summary about our last webinar section. The past section is about the implementation of OBE.
OBE, yeah, absolutely right, Miss
Held
Hanin.
2 weeks ago. How about the summary, Ms. Rizky?
Okay, Miss Hanin, thank you very much for the opportunity. I would like to send our deep gratitude for our amazing speaker for the second session. For the first session, it is the session from Mr. Dr. Romulo and Lagon from Jambi State. If you, ladies and gentlemen, remember, he is explaining about how to integrating 21st century skills in research writing. He emphasized there is 4 C's. The first C is collaborations, critical thinking, communications, and creativity. It's very important, ladies and gentlemen, to apply these 21st century skills when we are doing research and writing our manuscript. And then our second speaker, Dr. Agus Mahfud Fauzi, he is the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Society and Media that focuses on how to crafting an effective introductions and literature reviews for social science research articles. He also encouraged for everyone here to publish your manuscripts at the Journal of Society and Media. And the next is the third speaker is Miss Dr. Nico Irawan is from Stanford International University. It outlines how the importance of scientific writing and for disseminating research and advancing knowledge. The presentations from Mr. Irawan highlights common pitfalls such as ambiguous language and then insufficient details that can undermine a paper credibility. He also addresses challenges such as overcoming student misconceptions about OBE and managing the balance between writing and research. Finally, it's also touched on future trends such as the use of AI in writing assistance. It's very hard nowadays to find ourselves for AI, and he also explain about the importance of lifelong learning and global collaborations. That's why all of the speakers are delivering a very good material for the second session, Miss Hanin, and now it's going back to you again.
Okay, thank you. That is very complete for the summary in the last section of webinar. Nah, today's session 3, titled Think, Fire, Share for Academic Paragraph Development, aims to bridge pedagogical innovation and research engagement, placing students not only as learners, but also active knowledge producers. As sociologist, I deeply resonate with the idea that research should not be confined to the elite or publication target. It should be a transformative and inclusive process. Today's session, step toward building such an academic culture. Wow. We honored to be joined by 3 remarkable speakers. The first one is Dr. Ilysiani Ismail from University Sains Malaysia. Could you open the camera, please? Give the reaction, audience. He is specialist research interest at agricultural and environmental economic. Okay. I hope you mute your... Yes, thank you, unmute. Thank you. This is Dr. Ilysiani Ismail. Okay. And the second speaker is Dr. Christy Agnas from Chapel State University. She's the one of a committed educator and researcher and English language teacher. Okay.
Unfortunately, Miss Agnes right now is not feeling well, Miss Hanin, but she will also join our session by video.
Okay. From our first one is Mr. Arif Sudrajat as an MSc from State University of Surabaya, an anthropologist, and his research focus on culture. Could you open the camera, Mr. Arif? Okay, for the whole session. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we begin the presentation. Here are a few quick reminders. Please keep your microphone mute during the session unless invite to speak. So you may submit question via the Zoom chat anytime. And this webinar series is being recorded. And of course, if we experience any technical issue, such as an audio disruption or disconnection, stay calm. We will resolve them shortly. Okay, without further ado, now let's begin the presentation. Our first, okay? Okay, before the presentation, okay, I know Miss Rizky. It's time for Miss Rizky to read the CV first. Okay, be calm, yeah. Miss Rizky, you could present the CV and read it.
Thank you, Miss Hanin. Now we are having a very great presenter from Malaysia, Dr. Ilysiani Ismail. I would like to inform her personal details. She is a researcher from Center for Policy Research, CPR USM, University Science of Malaysia. She is also member of World Bank Group. And she have her Bachelor's of Science at University Putra Malaysia, Master of Science of University Putra Malaysia, and she got her PhD on University of Portsmouth. And she is now a researcher at Center for Policy Research. Her research interest is agricultural economics, fisheries economics and management, natural resource development policy, system dynamics modeling, and behavioral insight. She has a long list of publications, Ms. Hanin, but I may only highlight a few here. There is cultivation of audible curta species in Malaysia, current status and future prospect for sustainable aquaculture. And then she also read a book such as Malaysia Economic Monitor, Forming the Future, Harvesting Malaysia's Agricultural Resilience Through Digital Technologies, and other publications that have a very long list, but unfortunately, Ms. Ilyas, I cannot read everything. But without further ado, now I'm going back to Ms. Hanin to start the session one.
Okay, such an amazing experience from Dr. Istriani. Dr. Istriani, are you ready for your screen?
Yeah,
You ready?
okay.
Okay, so the screen is yours, madam.
Right.
Thank you.
So, Assalamualaikum. Very good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much to UNISA for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to share my experience through the use of Think, Pair, Share. For today, let me share you my screen. Okay. So you can see the screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen, Miss.
Right. Oops. All right. Okay, so for today, since I was being given the theme by the Secretariat about Think, Pair, Share, so I choose this topic because it's very close to what I'm doing. First of all, before that, I would like to say thank you so much to Miss Rizky for your kind words about my background. It's just too much. Okay, so my background is more on systems thinking. Specifically, I use system dynamics modeling, especially in the work of developing policy. I also do some work in behavioral insights in terms of nudging the human behavior before we implement a new policy, governance or regulations. And I also been exposed to a lot of economics in agriculture work as well. So that's how I put all these things together and to come up with this presentation. So for today, the topic will be explaining complex systems through clear paragraphs, a think, pair, share approach to writing in sustainability studies. Okay, so why clear writing matters in sustainability? Okay, so now a lot of people start talking about sustainability, especially when the UN has announced the SDGs, that 17 SDGs. And sustainability in terms of challenges, we have from climate change to ocean pollution. We're talking about food security, which affect all of us. All right. And these issues are often explained in ways that are very technical and very overwhelming, especially to the public, okay, and overly abstract. That means that many people, even though to those who care or, they find that sustainability is something that they want to understand, they tend to get confused because it's too technical. So in sustainability work, to the researchers, academia, through our work, it's not just through communication, but it's a form of responsibility because it's our responsible as an academia, as a researcher, as a policy maker to make the public understand the work that we are doing in a very layman terms. Okay, so our words influence understanding and understanding the shape of action. So here I summarize in a very simple diagram where complex challenges need public understanding. When you have misunderstanding, you will lead to poor decision. And writing must be accessible yet accurate, right? So understanding complex systems through systems thinking. So if you can see on the right side, this is part of the model that I use in system thinking, system dynamics modeling. It looks like a mind mapping, all right? So this system is about Indian macro, like how it related with the biological, the environment, the economics, the management, and the policy, and the current policy. So if you explain this in so many words, people tend to not understand and they get confused. But if you can see on the diagram, like you have all these words, you have all this like a system, you know, people tend to understand because some people, they understand better when there's a graphic. All right. Okay. So if you can see this on the right side, there's multiple elements that interact over time. There are feedback loops. If you can see the arrow there, there are feedback loops, and there's also some delayed effects. So there are unintended consequences, which are common. So tools like causal loop diagrams, this is the causal loop diagrams, and stock and flow, helps visualize complexity. Just like I said, some people, they tend to understand better when there's a graphic instead of so many words. So if you can see nowadays, the systems, even ourselves, our body is built by a system. There are veins, there are nerve, there are brain system, there are nerve system, there are heart system, you know, everything is, we're talking about system. So complex systems are everywhere. We're talking about climate, we're talking about our city, our supply chain, and they involve many parts interacting with each other, and the results aren't always obvious. It's very complex. Even the name of itself, complex. So that what makes them complex, right? And after this, I'm going to explain how to simplify the complexity, especially in the theme of sustainability. So the challenge in writing that we are facing, even me, you know, there are times we have this, we call this author block, right? So sometimes we have so many jargon words, we have long sentences that get us, even ourselves, when we read back, we tend to get confused. And then we try to say everything, so much things, but when we have somebody else who read through our word, it seems that we are not saying anything, saying nothing. So clear writing doesn't mean dumbing down, not to put everything. So many people believe writing simply means simplifying the ideas, but really it's about organizing ideas. So we have to be creative. We have to be smart enough in terms of what kind of idea that really matter or related to the theme or the topic that we're going to write about. So if we can guide the reader, we are not making the idea smaller, actually. So we are making them understandable, meaning that we are helping them to understand the work that we are doing, right? So the power of a single paragraph. This is something that I learned throughout my my PhD years, from my supervisor. They always say to me, Elise, do not write long sentences, right? Don't go and writing everything. You have to choose the word. You have to choose the point that you want to elaborate. So paragraph is a unit of thought. So per paragraphs is scattered thinking. So during my early years, I do a lot of scattered thinking. It's understandable. It's normal, I think. Even right now, when we want to start writing for a journal or an article or even a report, we always have this per paragraph, okay? Because we have so much in our mind. So well-built paragraphs help readers follow complex reasoning. Hence, it's very important for us to have a good flow of writing. So when you fix a paragraph, you often fix your thinking. right? So that's because a paragraph is not just a space in writing, it's a container for an idea. So if that container leaks, the idea gets lost, okay? Meaning that when we're too carried away, we start to so focus on what we want to tell, but we forgot what are the important things or the main ideas that we want to put in our work. So a simple formula. I'm sure some of you have come across this tier: topic, evidence, explanation, and relation. So this is something that I always use to guide me when I want to start writing or I want to start doing something, think about the complexity of the system. So I find what kind of system is this? What are the evidence that related to the system? Can I explain what's happening between this in the system itself? For example, you're talking about climate change impact on agriculture. So it's a system. You have the climate, you have the agriculture industry, and below agriculture, you have all these commodities, things like that. And how can you explain the relationship between the climate change impact and agriculture? And you have all this technology, you have all this AI, those things are the gaps that you want to look at, and you build up a system. So that would be the system that you want to study, you want to understand, and you want to write. So, like I said, the relationship between one variables, between another variables. So the idea is to link the paragraph to the next idea. Okay, so this can be bridged to the next course in a system or shift in focus. So think of it like a handover within a relay race. Like, for example, like you have 4 times 100 meters, like, you're running, carrying around all this climate change information, then you pass through the agriculture sector, and then from the agriculture, it pass through the food security, and then food security pass it to the GDP of the country, and the end of the run. So that's how you see things. That's how I see things, okay? So an example before and after, if you see, this is something like a junior researcher or even the students, because they are not used to the world of research. They are not having enough experience on how to start writing. So if you can see on the left, on your left, it's unclear paragraph, okay? If I may read this: climate change affects agriculture. Farmers are struggling. There's also drought and flooding. It's a problem in many countries, and food prices are going up, right? So it's very simple. And somehow it looks simple, but there are so many questions that we want to ask. So if you can see now on the right side, it's a clear tier style paragraph. So climate change is disrupting agriculture productivity through unpredictable weather patterns. So it's giving you information, all right? For instance, droughts in Southeast Asia have reduced rice yields by over 20% in some regions. This matters because it increases food insecurity and threatens rural livelihoods. Therefore, climate-resilient farming practices must be prioritized in national adaptation plans. See how it elaborates the information. If someone who does not have a background, about climate change and agriculture. So this is like a very good information for them to understand the situation that the country is facing, right? So you can see the difference between the unclear and also using the tier style paragraph. So now we have the tier, and now you have all this information, okay? So you're at the think phase, all right? The first phase, think, pair, share, TPS. So you're at the think phase. You have all the system, you know what's happening between the system, within the system as well. So think, we take a moment as an individual, we take a moment to reflect silently. We think. So this step is about giving your brain time to process a complex idea before rushing to explain it. And then you pair. So I usually love doing this because sometimes wherever I have in my mind and something that I want to say, or my opinion or my own perspective, I always have someone that I would have to do a cross check. Do you think that this is something that you agree to what I'm going to say? So you talk to someone else. So this could be a friend, a colleague, or a team member. You explain your idea in your own words, and doing so, you often notice gaps or confusion in your own understanding. Even through this, it's like you're practicing yourself, like giving information just to check whether that person can understand what you have in your mind, right? In systems thinking, in systems dynamics modeling, which I do a lot of this because building up a system and to have a policy impact or nudging the system, you need to have a second opinion or third opinion, or even you need to do a key informant interview with someone expert in that field for you to gain more information so that the system that you're building do reflect the reality, right? And after pair, you share. Okay, so you articulate your fine idea either verbally or in writing. So by this point, you've thought it through, tested it in conversation, and now you're ready to express it clearly. So after this process, then only you have the confidence in start writing. Remember, just now you have the tier process, so that will help you to start working on your work in terms of article, your research report, things like that. So why this works for everyone? Trust me, I have few of my colleagues, they say that, they always use this method to advise their students, okay? So that the students, this is also, would benefit the students in terms of to get their confidence in sharing their work, their communication. It will refine how to communicate your work to the public, things like that. So this method works because speaking your idea forces you to simplify it, right? Even for this presentation, with the graphic, I can just tell a story, right? You don't have to have so much words in one slide. You can just have a graphic, and you start telling stories. And I hope you enjoy the story that I'm telling you, which is part of my experience. So writing about sustainability with impact, okay? So just now we are talking about starting to write, how to prepare, but how to write with an impact, This is something very crucial, especially when you're preparing for your research work. So we know that sustainability is full of complexity, but writing about it doesn't have to be confusing. In fact, the more complex the issue, the more important it is to write with intention and clarity, to choose of words, okay? So to write with an impact, we need to start with real-world examples. Like I said, relate with the previous studies, case studies, relate with the current situation, the current policy, the projection, of the country that they want something. For example, you're talking about carbon emission. From Malaysia, we're targeting by 2030, we have zero carbon emission. So relate with something real. Something is going on, business as usual, okay? So it's not enough to just talk about climate adaptation. So we need to show what that looks like on the ground. A farmer switching to drought-resistant crops, or a coastal town building green infrastructure. So you need to have data to support that statement, okay? So the 3 sentences below here is the key to writing with impact. Use concrete examples, connect data to people's lives, and highlight causes and effects clearly. Remember earlier when we talk about systems thinking, you have this causal loop, the cause and the loop, for example, like, what if I don't turn up today and present this? What will the cause be? So definitely out of 3 speakers, you only have 2 speakers, right? So that's the effect of it, right? So lessons for professionals and the public. So for students, you can, by using this method, the process, you have a better assignments. For academics like us, we have better outreach because we understand our work, but the gap is how to promote it to the public so that the public understand our work, not in a very technical way. And then public, better understanding, just like what I said earlier. And then media, better storytelling. And media loves this, right? Last time when we do not have social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all those kind of things, it's very difficult because we're only relying on newspaper, you know, book, journals, all those hard copies. But now, since we have all this social media platform, people start reaching out to the public, you know, through this to show the work that they've done. So it seems that everyone benefits. So whether you're writing a thesis, a policy memo, a blog, or a news article, so all these tools can help make sure your message comes through clearly and truthfully. All right, because you have all this data and as your evidence to support your facts. Okay, so final thoughts, small steps, big clarity, true. Okay, so clear writing equals to equivalence to clear thinking. Okay, so sometimes we best work early in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Some of us best work in the afternoon, some best work middle of the night. So any time, but you have to have a clear thinking so that you have a very holistic picture about what you want to describe on the system that you are going to work on. So one good paragraph at a time, all right? Some people tend to finish earlier because they say that finish earlier so that they can move on to the next task. But remember, one good paragraph is not that easy. Take your time, breathe, choose the right word, look at the real world. How would you relate that, right? And then complex systems deserve better explanations, right? It's like I said earlier, and throughout this presentation, a system is very complex. Even ourselves, you know, if you're talking about ELIS system, myself is also complex, okay? So it's a very complex system, so we have to turn it into a clear paragraph, so that something that you come up with it is a powerful thing that it will affect the public, it will affect the policymakers. I mean, it will affect those readers or reviewers that are going to read your work. So this slide is more about the books that I use as my guidance when you talk about, you know, writing style, you know, in research work. Thinking in System, Donella Meadows is kind of a Bible to me because I work so close with system dynamics modeling, and she was, you know, the book, she simplified things. And then we have this Basic of Clarity and Grace by Joseph M. Williams, also a good material if you're interested in this. And Don't Be Such a Scientist. You know, I think for social scientists, we are more easy to express ourselves, but for the scientists, I think they are more technical. So they can even, you know, refer to this book as one of the material on how to, you know, not influence, but to express their work through a very layman terms to the public. So with that, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to present some of my work, my experience. I hope you benefit something from it. So thank you very much again. Back to you, Miss Anin.
Thank you, Dr. Yusriani. That's incredible and amazing, yeah, presentation about how the think pair share, yeah, method is an effective strategy to enhance both unique and critical thinking. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the Q&A session, now we have a little appreciation things to Dr. Ilisriani. Okay, here's we present this certificate. Dr. Isyani, could we please take a picture first? Okay. How about the certificate? Okay, audience, you can give the reaction. I can give the reaction. Thank you very much. That's a insightful presentation. So here the certificate for you. Okay, we have take picture first. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ilis Riani. Is it done, Miss Rizky? Yes. Okay. About think, pair, and share, we move to our Q&A session. Okay. We only open for one participant. I'm sorry for the limited time. Please, for the audience, if you have some question, you could drop it to the chat box, or you can give a raise hand reaction and then could open the mic after I choose and allow you to give the question. Please, if you have question using an English language, or maybe you can with Bahasa, you can say it with Bahasa, and I and Miss Rizky, we can translate it. Okay, is there any question, guys? Okay, we're still waiting in here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, because sometimes it's feel terrifying, yeah. Give a question. Okay, we was waiting for your questions about Mrs. Nah. Okay, in the chat box from Mrs. Putri nih ya. Good morning. I want to ask, how do we make sure think, pair, share really helps students think deeply and not just go through the motions? So it's about critical thinking nih, maybe ya.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the good questions. Yes, because students, they have this very well thinking, wild imaginations that tend to put everything inside. But of course, as like a supervisor, if you somehow can mold them into the topic itself. Like for example, as a beginning, we tend to give them a topic, but try to mold them into a more specific theme, so that they can start working on it. Because I believe that if our instruction to the students is not that clear, students tend to make unclear things as well. So it's very important for us to give a topic, a theme that we can mold them, so that whatever things that they produce is something that at the end of it, the output will be a good output, a very quality output. So that's how I do things with my students. Yeah. So of course, I welcome if some of the participants, if you have opinions on this to add in, you're most welcome. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is that enough for the question, Mrs. Putri, Madam Putri? Give some reaction or love reaction is okay. Okay, so we have one question again.
Okay.
Wow. From Mr. Darwin Boreos, yeah, as a journal writing teacher, how do we ensure that students maintain integrity of their work while enhancing originality? Wow. Knowing that journal writing is compromised due to the effect of AI.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this happens a lot these days. Even for me, I mean, throughout this experience also, I mean, I could easily identify if it's the work of AI in terms of the styling. This is something that I don't share with the students. I always keep to myself at the beginning of this course, because if you share everything, then they tend to change things, then you might not be able to track the work of AI. But there is somehow a style, and there's a good apps online, free apps that you can use to detect the work. And of course, again, this is back to the topic that we want them to work. And I don't know, there are some students, if we manage to pull their interest in the work that we are doing, I'm sure there is something that they will produce coming from their heart as well. I mean, from their hard work, instead of relying on AI. I mean, for me, I always tell the student, there's no harm of using AI, but be smart, because all the information that AI put in on the word for them, it's not all true. That's why they need to come up with data. They need to come up with the connection with the real world so that would support the world. This is something that AI cannot do for them. So they have to work for themselves. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope I answer your questions. Yeah.
Wah, maraming salamat po. Terima kasih, it's me, Dr. Yusyani.
Yeah, selamat kok.
Okay, that's two wonderful question. Thank you very much, Dr. Ilyasani. And the final conclusion about Dr. Ilyasani is about the quality beyond the quantity. Using AI is it's okay, but you have to be careful. Is that right, yeah, Dr. Ilyasani? Yeah. Okay. Before we go to the next speaker, where come from the next speaker? We move to our second speaker. She is from our neighbor, same with us, archipelago country. Let's welcome Dr. Christy Agnes from Cape State University. Could you open this camera? Okay. And before
Good
that,
morning.
yeah, good morning, Dr.
Morning.
Christy, Madam Christy. Okay, first we read the CV. Miss Rizky, the time is yours.
Okay. Okay, Miss Christy, I hope that you are doing well today, doing better than yesterday, ma'am. I'm going better. Thank you. Okay, I would like to read Dr. Agnes CV. So Dr. Agnes are a doctor in English language teaching. Oh, this is she get her bachelor degree at Penang State Polytechnic College and Master of Arts in Teaching, major in English in Cape State University, Ponte Vedra campus, and she undergo 2 times, Miss Hanin, of doctorate,
Wow.
the Doctor of Education in Educational Management at Cape State University, Ponte Vedra campus, and Doctor of Education in English language teaching, Philamet Christian University. Okay, without further ado, ma'am, because of the time, we couldn't read all of your CV, but I think you already prepare a video, ma'am. Okay, now I going back to Miss Hani. Miss Hani.
Okay, Dr. Chris Agnes, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Madam Rizky. Good morning, salamat pagi. May I ask the assistance of Doc Rizky to share my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Anything I can help? Oh, you're waiting for Dr. Christine. Oh, okay.
Ma'am Riz,
Yes.
we requested about the video presentation I sent to you this
Yes.
morning and to you yesterday.
Yes, ma'am. Do you want me to share the video right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait a minute. I couldn't find it, ma'am.
If my signal warrants, I can share my screen.
Yes,
Doc
yes, of
Rizky.
course. Could you please help to share screen, ma'am? Because I have a technical difficulty here.
Is it audible, Doc Rizky?
Yes, we can hear it, ma'am.
Shall I continue?
Yes, of course.
Okay, sorry, Ma'am Christy. We can hear your audio of your presentation here. You can setting the audio first. Share with audio.
Mom, I would like to share my screen instead.
Okay, okay. Wait. Okay, we will wait for our technical issue it is, and we know that Dr. Christy Agnas will give presentation about how to think, pair, and share again in scientific journal. So be waiting for the presentation and prepare your question. Still waiting. Okay. Ma'am Christine, you can share this presentation. Okay, we waiting. I want you to remind again, yeah, about our last speaker is about Think, Pair, and Share by Dr. Ilisriani from University Sains of Malaysia. If we know that the Think, Pair, and Share method is an effective strategy to enhance both unique and critical thinking. So by encouraging students to find and to first reflect independently and then engage in peer dialogue. Nah, it's very, very meaningful. And by the dialogue, finally articulate their ideas to the others and promotes deeper understanding, challenge assumption. Wow, it's incredible. How about Dr. Christine Agnas today? Is it good, Dr. Christine? Can we start? Okay, we're still waiting. Or maybe Dr. Krisni, you can share a little bit, yeah, about what do you prepare in here? What do you want to ask to the audience, or what you want to present to the audience in your material? Hello, Dr. Christy. Hello.
From my
Yes.
end, it would be okay.
Okay.
So, Christine,
Dr. Christy. Hello. Yeah, can we have a chat for now? Till we wait to the
having
material.
trouble with the video po.
Okay, okay. So we change our speakers. Okay, Mr. Arif, are you ready for the second speaker? Wow, okay. While we waiting, Mrs. Christy Agnes' presentation, we move to our third speaker, yeah. The man, the man behind the show, okay.
So, Christy,
Okay.
I will just present my PowerPoint.
Okay, Mr. Chris Asa will share the PowerPoint ya, Miss Christy. Yes, okay.
Okay, so
I will just do it live.
okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Forgive
Thank you,
me
ma'am.
because my throat is not cooperating.
Okay,
I am
it's okay.
suffering from a little cough,
Yes, yes,
but it's
ma'am.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Can I have the audio? It's not really playing very well.
The audio is fine, Miss Christy.
Okay. I cannot
Yes.
hear from my end. Shall I
Oh,
continue po?
yes, you shall continue because the audio is very clear here. Hello? The
No audio still? Hello? Hello?
okay, wait, this audio is trouble in your computer. Is it okay? You can
Okay, ma'am.
share with audio.
Okay, Ma'am Christine, can you please
Yes, ma'am.
stop share the video
Yeah.
first? What are we seeing right now is okay. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Agnes already told us that she will deliver her presentations directly, ma'am. Is it okay, or do you still need us to prepare the video?
Because if you cannot prepare the video, I will just have it live.
Okay, ma'am. Because right now we have technical difficulty to play the video, ma'am. But if you are still willing to present it live, then we will have it live if it's okay with you.
Okay, I will just have it live.
Thank you, Miss Agnes.
Okay po, so I will just share my screen again. Okay, so before anything else, let me share some of my gratitude to the organizer of this webinar series, the third session. So to the UNESA and the CAPSU tandem or partnership, thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm deeply honored to be a part of this intellectual discussion. So allow me to present my title of presentation, Writing and Academic Skills Enhancement with Strengthening Scholarly Writing and Research Competence. I am Christy Agnas from Capiz State University, Ponte Vedra Campus, Philippines. Okay, so for the flow of my presentation, I have prepared a very short one since we're given only 25 minutes to present. So technically, it would focus on research mentoring practices with the aim to strengthen academic writing skills and scholarly writing our students, of course, developing their research competence. I also prepared some of the theoretical underpinning of the mentoring process and mentor competency. So that would be the flow of my presentation. I have prepared here this slide about the phases of mentoring by Crum in 1983. With this, we have 4 columns or 4 phases, starting with initiating, cultivating, separating, and redefining. So in initiating, the time frame is about 6 months to a year, and then the focus of this is the beginning of the relationship of the mentor and the mentee, filled with excitement and, of course, expectation. So the mentee here identifies the need for guidance and selects a mentor. Both the mentee and the mentor establish rapport, exploring common interests and goals, and foundation is laid for future development. So he being the initial stage of mentoring process, this is where the students and the mentor coordinate or collaborate one another in having a good relationship. So moving on to cultivating, which is the second phase, is the longest and often the most impactful phase. Why impactful? Because the focus is deepening of the relationship and the growth between the mentee and the mentor. Here, the mentor provides both the career-related functions such as coaching, exposure, sponsorship, and also the psychosocial support which includes the confidence building and role modeling. And in return, the mentee gains professional insights and personal empowerment. For the separating phase, okay, so we have here the focus is transition and independence. So the mentee, okay, the mentee here is already independent. He becomes self-reliant and confident. The mentee and the mentor relationship starts to change due to organizational shifts, career growth, or natural distancing. So this phase can be emotionally challenging as boundaries are defined. And then the last one is redefining. Redefinition phase focuses on the evaluation or evolution into a new form of relationship. So the bond may shift from mentor to mentee, from informal to formal and casual. So mentor-mentee to peer or becoming friends. So we are now developing a relationship not only as student but also can be a friend in the later part of the mentoring process. There is less frequent but meaningful interaction and continued mutual respect and occasional collaboration. So what is the implication of showing and discussing these phases of mentoring by CRAM? So for the model of CRAM, this means that the mentoring process can also enrich our curriculum-based peer mentoring program that would empower our strategies for novice educators and then structured our mentoring timeliness for institutional development. And really the most important is we mentor our students in graduate school because I am also a faculty of the graduate school programs that we are having a difficulty in how to manage our students. So probably this mentoring is really plays a very significant part on the part of our students. Okay, so moving on, I have on screen the mentoring competencies by Marzano and Zorce, wherein Marzano and Zorce identified these different competencies: creativity, self-awareness, communicating, we have empowering, teaching, learning, establishing relationships, influencing, and motivating. So this is the fruit of their study. And allow me to simplify this. I have made also my template or my matrix on how we can fully understand this. So for the key competencies as identified by Marzano and Zorze in 2020, I have made a simplified summary. So I have categorized them into 5. So we have digital communication skills, relational competence, that would be under how do we establish relationship with our mentees, and then domain-specific expertise. I think we can really make sure that the teaching learning process and the creativity of our students are being tapped in this number 3 with the expertise domain. The 4th is the contextual adaptability, wherein we can motivate our students, we can influence them, and we can be creative at the same time. So for the last is the empowerment and inclusion. So with this, we are empowering our students to develop their self-efficacy and self-awareness, wherein at the later part of our mentoring process, they can already be separated from us mentors, and they can also find their own identity. They can define themselves already. So with the mentoring competencies that we have here, what is the implication of this in the teaching learning process? Probably we could use this model to enrich our digital mentoring programs for teachers in remote or underserved areas. We have some inclusion frameworks also for mentoring novice educators in diverse contexts. So it does not follow, no? Your context in Malaysia, in Indonesia is different from the Philippines. So maybe you can contextualize, and the frameworks can work in our different contexts. And then the evaluation tools that we can use to measure our mentor effectiveness across our relational and digital dimension. So moving on, I have also browsed some of the global standards for mentoring. So here the EMCC, or the Global European Mentoring and Coaching Council, have identified these 4 levels of mentors. So on screen, we have foundation, the practitioner, the senior practitioner, and the master practitioner. With this can be the levels of how, as mentors, how good we are. So the highest is the master practitioner. So I just have to capture this because I would like to show you the glimpse of how it works in the global setting. All right, so moving forward, I am now in the highlight of my presentation, which is the research mentoring practices. I have picked this as the meat of my presentation because oftentimes we are catering graduate school students who are very busy at that. They are school leaders, they are master teachers, head teachers, and they don't have the time to manage their dissertation. That would become a problem on how they will complete their graduate school education on time. So the research mentoring practices would start in the proposal development. And under the proposal development, I have listed 5, which are topic selection, problem identification, literature review, theoretical and conceptual framework, and then methodology design. So what do we have under topic selection? So under the topic selection, we guide our students in choosing a research topic that is relevant to their work, feasible within their context, and of course, genuinely interest them. And it helps them narrow down their broad ideas. Since majority of them are school leaders, and I am teaching in educational management program, more or less, the topics that they will be choosing is more on teaching and learning process and how they govern their educational setups in their school. Okay, so probably some of them is the implementation of mga school-based programs and also policies of the Department of Education. For the second is the problem identification. So here, we assist our students in articulating the research problem, their significance, and how their study will contribute to the local educational practices. So if they will conduct this study, what will be the output? What can be the significance of their study? How their study can add to the body of knowledge? Okay, so the deliverables that can be produced out of their study. And then the next is the literature review foundation. We are teaching our students to effectively search engines. Okay, so we are giving them electronic databases for the research purposes, guide them in identifying the gaps in existing literature that their study can address. So probably we can use the Google Scholar, of course, and then we are having this ProQuest as a subscription paid by Capiz State University, and the local online journals assisted by the university librarians. One of our best practices here is also we allow our students to visit other libraries in the region, the state colleges and universities library, and because they have the MOA, I think they have the consortium under this that they are free to use the library. So with just the letter coming from our head librarian, they can research to other SOOCs without any centavo. So I am also a recipient of that because having researches as a faculty member, we can also do that. No? So it's not only limited to students, but as faculty, we can also manage on those best practices. And we are also doing that for our students. And then the fourth is theoretical or conceptual framework. Here, we help our students identify and apply appropriate theories or conceptual models relevant to our chosen topic. The fifth is the methodology design, which provide guidance on research designs, be it in quantitative, qualitative, or mixed method. We can also give them idea and guide them how to do the sampling, data collection instruments appropriate to be used, and the data analysis techniques appropriate for their study. And with the coming of CMO 15 series of 2019, we are reorganizing our panel of advisory committee, wherein for dissertation, for example, we have 4 content expert and 1 method expert. So the method expert is the one responsible in assisting our student, graduate school student, what method or technique to be used and how to analyze the data. Of course, with the support of the other content expert. And also, under this, we are also considering and emphasizing ethical consideration coming from our expert. All right, so the second part is the writing and academic skills enhancement. Under this, I have listed 4 academic writing convention, structure and organization, management, time management strategies, and how to overcome writer's block. So, under the academic writing convention, we are providing our students direct instruction and feedback on academic writing, especially the writing styles, the clarity, the coherence, of course, the citation and the referencing. So in our case, in the university, we are adopting the APA style. So with this writing convention, we are making sure that our students are guided on what the referencing or citation that we are adopting, so that they will be aware of what to use and how to do it. Next is the structure and organization. So we guide them in structuring each chapter logically from introduction to conclusion. Yes, even though they are school leaders already, they are graduate school students, but we do our care in providing them the, the guidance in what to write, how to organize every part of their manuscript. The next is the time management strategies. We help them develop realistic timelines and strategies to integrate dissertation writing into their busy schedules, setting aside dedicated blocks of time and breaking down tasks into smaller pieces. So just like when we eat a piece of meat, that we have to chunk it, because as they go on with their day job, they only have the time during Saturdays to prepare their presentation for the next session. So, for example, in this week, I gave them the time and the assignment to work on literature review about 1 topic. So, next week, I will be checking if they have it right, and then I will give feedback. So, more or less, they will be completing the task in no time, without hassle, because they are very busy, because they have also the 8-hour job Mondays to Fridays. So how do we overcome the writer's block? We offer strategies, of course, for overcoming writing challenges, such as free writing. Outlining is very effective for them, and we set also small and achievable goals. So I also give them guide questions. Example, one of the part of chapter 3, subjectivity of the researcher. I give them prompt questions, so they will answer that, and that would be the composition already of that section. So meaning to say, we help our students develop their writing skills one at a time, in their own pace and with the assistance also of the mentor. Okay, so moving forward, the research mentoring practices. We have here the research execution and analysis. Under that, I have listed data collection logistics, data analysis support, and of course, ethical considerations. So under the data collection logistic, we've been providing our students practical advice on navigating Department of Education protocols for data collection, especially if it involves school personnel or students. So we do believe that data is very elusive because some of the SOCs here are really getting permits. So we have to observe Data Privacy Act, and then we have to allow our students and let them secure, some permits from the Department of Education before they can get their data, and also from other SOCs and university in the region and even in the island. And then after that, data analysis support, of course, for quantitative studies, we guide them in selecting appropriate statistical software and interpreting our
ma'am.
results. So
You
we are very
just
fortunate that
hello,
our
Miss
research
Christy.
office and of the
Christy.
university is already have this in vivo and Turnitin and other software that we could use in analyzing the data, be it qualitative or quantitative.
Okay,
We
Ma'am
also help
Anna,
them
sorry,
in coming up
but
with
you have
thematic
just 2 minutes
analysis
again.
and the
Sorry,
coding
Miss.
and the
Thank
interpretation
you.
for their qualitative data. Lastly, for ethical considerations, we reiterate the importance of informed consent, confidentiality, and data privacy, especially because we are dealing with human subjects. So, example, our respondents are minors, so we let them secure parents' consent form to be signed by the parents before we allow them to gather the data. Okay, so last part of my presentation would be about the manuscript preparation, defense preparation that includes mock defense, anticipating questions, revisions, and feedback. So for manuscript preparation, I consider this as a teamwork by the advisory committee and the researcher themselves, because the advisor, being the chair of the panel, endorses to the dean, to the college dean, the research or the researchers preparation, if they are ready or not. So we have to check. No, this is the teamwork of the panel members of the advisory committee. If the paper is ready to be endorsed into pre-oral and final oral defense. Okay, number 5 is mock defense under this defense preparation. So believe it or not, even though they are school heads already, they need to be prepared. We have some mock defense coming up to prepare them for questions from the panel. So we provide constructive feedbacks on their presentation skills and ability to articulate their research, and then help them anticipate potential questions from the panel and formulate concise and well-supported answers. So of course, that's, that would rely on the mentoring capability and capacity of the advisor, primarily. And then lastly, it's the revision and the feedback, wherein we provide thorough and timely feedback on their dissertation drafts, guiding them through revisions. Okay, so finally, allow me to say that mentors can effectively support graduate school researchers in successfully completing their thesis or dissertation, ultimately contributing to their professional growth and the improvement of the Philippine educational system. Okay, so these are the references that I've used in my presentation. Thank you very much. Salamat pagi. Terima kasih. God
Terima
bless
kasih.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Christy Agnes. Wow, Miss Christine give the reaction love. I give the reaction love too for Dr. Christy Agnes. That's amazing presentation about mentorship. Nah, mentorship is the one and some we have gained meaningful insight, yeah, about the mentorship. And of course, we kindly encourage everyone to stay with us until the end of the session because we have one speakers again. And we move to have a little appreciation again, of course, for Dr. Christy Agnes. He will present the certificate. Okay, could you share the certificate, Miss Rizky?
Sure.
Yes, okay. Let's we look the certificate first. Okay, we take a picture, Miss Christy, with the certificate. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, thank you. And we have one question in here from Mrs. Wardatul Adawiyah. She said that in today's era of digital finance, with the rapid development of AI, again AI, yeah, and its benefit for both teachers and students, what strategies can be used to enhance the key mentor competencies described above? Because about the rapid change, sometimes our competitors stagnant because we really more on technology and utilize smart users. Okay, so how we facing this, Dr. Christy Agnes? Or how we balance with AI and with our competencies? That's Miss Warda to ask.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rizky. Thank you for the question. In every phase of our presentation, the proposal, the final oral, and the pre-oral, we are having our plagiarism check. We have that software in the university wherein before the students will be allowed to have their presentation, they will have that plagiarism check so that we will be aware if the students have copied something from the authors without citation and verbatimly they have copied from the AI. So one of the safety nets that we have ensured in every phases of our defenses, we are having that plagiarism check. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Is it okay, Miss Warda? I think it's very clear, yeah, about how to balance the AI and the competency of the lecturer have. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Christy. From the first speaker, we know that the Think, Pair, Share strategy, a powerful method, the encourage students, and following that, Miss Christy Agnes brought our attention to importance of mentoring based on a global standard. Wow. So how about our third speaker? We move to our beloved third speaker. It's Mr. Arif from State University of Surabaya. Of course, we have to read his CV, Ms. Rizky. How about Mr. Arif CV?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hanin. So I will read Mr. Arif CV. Mr. Arif Suraja is a lecturer from State University of Surabaya. He's anthropology culture and is also editor-in-chief of Metaphora Journal. And he also invite everyone to send your manuscript on our journal. And then his education, he finished his bachelor degree at cultural anthropology, Gajah Mada University, and then his master degree at social science at Airlangga University. Mr. Arif also have a lot of experience in research regarding anthropology our culture topic. Without further ado, Miss Hanin, I give it back to you.
Okay, so do you do, Mr. Arif? Are you ready to share the screen?
Okay.
Yes, the screen is yours, Mr. Arif.
Okay. Thank you for the moderator, Ms. Hanin, for opportunity to me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom and good morning, happy. Distinguished guests, in this opportunity, in my presentation here, I just want to share my experience in class in sociology department. We can discuss it later. First, I will to reflect special forming about pedagogical practice that often plays some role in our classroom at the studies, and namely the student presentation from paper to scientific skills. In the presentation is very short. We included our student not only to write the paper, but also to present and different topics. It's interesting in the sociology, research and writing. Also, presentation is usually that's written to do it. I remember that the sociology theorist Erving Goffman in his book titled The Presentation of Self in Everyday Life. He said that social life is generally performance. Therefore, we can say that the student presentation is primarily a classroom activity. It is this where students perform their intellectual identity before a public audience. It is very important for my student, research, white paper, and presentation is identity, intellectual identity. Sometimes what they do is labeling himself. The student also know that for my student is not neutral. It's have the power relation. When student present their work, they are entering an academic discourse. They have a position for intellectual discourse. Therefore, discourse fit where argument, citation, criteria for legitimacy is for my student legitimacy about the knowledge that the research is very important. Besides that, for my student, you know that the habitus to write presentation is something is very important because for my student, presentation like a seed of reproducing or challenging in symbolic capital. Why? Because if my student successful to publish, after presenting in classmate, it is very will increase the credibility in classmate. In last years, I have to accompany my student after they presented in classmate. They failed to publish in journal in Indonesian, reputation journal in second rank. It is very interesting because the publication makes my student is have the high legitimacy for in the class meeting. How to presentation? I think that is very many present as a model. With the presentation, I think that my student will understand that they're not to present only, but they learn the rule of the game, mastering academic posture, voice, and structure. Therefore, with the presentation, my student will increase to active learning with doing to research, writing paper, and presentation to publish in the publication journal. Okay. And next, as we said in earlier, my student have presentation. You have the presentation in varial model. The first, sometimes the student will use presentation with poster showcase. In this format is very interesting for my student because my student with ability to design visual design, they will to convert the idea in the paper to visual representation of their research using infographics, poster, or digital board. In my classroom is rearranged into mini conference under the infographic or their poster, where a student or group as expression to step to look every poster. The scenario in the presentation for my students is where the guest or teacher or maybe classmate will walk through the room. Walk through the room, ask the question, you left written comment on every infographic or poster. The setup include informal discussion in every infographic or poster. This even will give students multiple opportunity to practice explaining their work. And every student will explain every infographic. In my class, every student will present one infographic. where with one student to one prerequisite will to get ability to present it for their project. The poster or infographic that's doing by my student is helps. Yes, maybe like presenter at the real academic event for developing confidence and presentation fluency, I think. Yes, because the student they have done to a research. And second strategy, sometimes we use the guided delivery card. In here strategy, it is very interesting for my student because in the guided delivery card, the structure interaction that I plan, we can implement that guided delivery card, where visitor receive card with thoughtful prompt, like ask them how they collect their data. What challenges did they face? How they already analyze the phenomena. And the problem like this will answered by student. This question card ensure that everyone is meaningfully with the presenter, not just with complaint or small talk. Okay, they will to give the question. It is also help and so students to participate by providing with language and purpose. Then very important for the presenter with the card is research is more effective response in deeper engagement with their own material. And my student can effective to finish the paper. The second after a great method, and the third, my student usually use the live research demonstration. The student is proud with his research. Therefore, sometimes we will demonstrate how to research the paper. Particularly useful for applied project. In the live research demonstration is the student perform about the process, sign, create the proposal until writing the manuscript and conducting in presentation. Now, the act of doing live research demonstration makes the student research more memorable and interactive because my student have imagination that's the project that's they done is very interactive. The third strategy is give the audience something tangible to observe and question with natural rate to research dialogue. And a fourth strategy for presentation for my student, sometimes we use the interactive voting. The guest will be voting to the presenter. where the attendant receives small fitting card to access and digital poll, where they can vote the category like who is the best presentation, most innovative research question, most visually appealing poster, and etc. This adds its element of stable recognition for also keeping the audience attentive and engaged. For students, the strategy practice is provide affirmative feedback and motivate them to put in their best effort. It is very interesting for my student. The fifth strategy is reflective research journal. In the strategy, we encourage students to write reflective research journal immediately after the event. They will prompt like what's your proudest moment, what feedback surprised you the most, and etc. I think that it will help students through the presentation into the full cycle of learning, from preparation, performance to introspection. I think that this with critical self-awareness and strength metacognitive skill essential for academic growth. In the next, why Hospice Expo and Meet Defense? It is very interesting for my students. So, why should we host this Expo or Meet Defense in my classroom? The first, yes, is promote academic confidence. Yes, where students stand before audience and present their works. They begin to see themselves as legitimate knowledge producer. It's not just about submitting a paper, but about owning what they learn. And in this situation, the student will exchange of the symbol identity about who is the student. Next, and second, makes visible and discussable, because it's a very being free, but exchange with the student and teacher, it's become shared conversation. The social interaction deepen understanding and build academic curiosity, and third, foster culture of the learning and feedback. This expo and many different students don't just perform. They observe, evaluate, and reflect on the work of others. They learn to give, receive feedback, appreciate multi-approach, and grow as learning community. But the many different and business expo is very simple for my student to do it in every day in my class. In defense and simulation, usually I plan where in my in defense and defense simulation, the teacher and student that I selected as panelists, and second, presenter, the student will to present experiential method and finding. And next, panelists ask critical thinking question. One of the most impactful strategy we can implement in defense, where in this simulation prepare student for real academic challenges, is transform the classroom into a space of dialogue, critique, and reflection. And importantly, it teaches students that defending knowledge just important as producing it. Therefore, every student is competent to present this paperwork in my class. Student research paper as the foundation of dialogue. Before any presentation begin, the student must be strong foundation. In academic setting, the foundation is the paper that's written by them. Think of this way, the paper is the full architecture where the structure, evidence, data, in the narrative, where your presenter is stored. You're guiding the audience to selected room and letting them explore the highlight. Therefore, every student that want to presentation, they must have the written research paper. Research from this project research. So the first case in this idea, where the research paper as the foundation dialogue, where the paper is bedrock of your presentation. It's hot all the depth, the nuance, the citation, and reasoning that you will grow from your present. A great presentation does replace the paper, it's powered by it. And second, important the shift of our mindset. Our mindset, your paper is not the final product. Instead, see the source of dialogue. To require the paper and the final to publishing in the reputable journal in Indonesian. Therefore, its content the content you will to engage in live, evolving conversation with audience. It should be a data for require about the paper. And in that way, we are moving from monologue to dialogue because the classmate will to give feedback. It is very important for the presenter because where the presenter is showing what you wrote, but if you to explain it, connect and respond to the question will be enrich the feedback from audience. Okay. Okay. In the station of presentation for my student, the most important problem is how to increase student engagement. You know that student engagement is essential part of educational process. Yes, especially presented in my classroom. Because if I look at that English students are motivated, perform better academically, and have higher well-being than this English field. But maintaining student engagement can be challenging in this my classroom. A student may become easily bored or distracted by external factor. Therefore, I must to use variant how to present the paper from my student. In the redesign mini defense with role playing. In the role playing, the presenter will with panelists who that's the student will choose it, where the role playing, the presenter with used with theoretical framework. When the student presented the paper, where the panelists maybe like they ask the Martian, yeah, maybe the theories, yeah, sociology theories, yeah, or the other maybe is have Weberian or Foucauldian. I think that's the role playing as sociology theories. The audience will to critical the paper that's presented by presenter. Is it will the great feedback for the presenter? Maybe like and in the closing reflection, Kolega in sociology, we cannot limit this in the written text. We must, as students, defend it, present it, and discuss it, because that's how knowledge become alive. When we build the classroom culture of presentation or expo, or maybe like academic dialogue, we're not just creating performance, we are cultivating public thinker and to create the identity for my student. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Arif, for your enlightenment presentation. Okay, same as the second speaker, the first speaker, and of course the third speaker, we have a certificate completion for you, Mr. Arif. Could you share the certificate, Ms. Rizky? Okay. Nah, according to that, we entering to next session too. Yeah, only for one question. Thank you very much. Little appreciation thing to you. Here's we present the certificate. Give applause, reaction for our final speaker. Wow, thank you very much. The third speaker is very completing while he said about the practical process of conducting research and transforming classroom work into academic papers. So each speaker did not stand alone, yeah. Our complement to other together, they form a complete narrative from thinking critically, being mentor, and finally how to contribute the academically. Okay, is there any question for the audiences? I will wait it. I will wait it.
While waiting for the audience,
Yes.
can come from me, Mr. Arif, because it's really insightful and
Yes.
a very great presentation, Mr. Arif.
Okay.
You
Miss
do
Holt,
remember?
this is
Already.
this is Junjun Ogares. Mrs. Junjun Ogares, are you want to give a question, Miss? Sorry. Hello. Okay, we will wait it.
You can anyone, if you want to ask question, just give the raise your hand emotions, and then okay, while waiting, Mr. Arif already present several methods how to increase engagement at school or at the classroom. So my question is, which one do you think is the most powerful to engage students in the classroom, Mr. Arif?
Okay. Okay, thank you. Very interesting question. How to increase to my student? We will to academic atmosphere in the class that the the ability to present paper from their research and successfully to published in the reputable journal in Indonesia will increase the identity, and it will be proud with the achievement of this project. I think that's it.
Oh, that was very great because Miss Hanin did a little bit insight for everyone. Mr. Arif is also a favorite lecturer from UNESA. So I'm intrigued how he can manage a classroom English that's inviting and embracing the students so they can reach their full potential and finally publishing their journal. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Arif,
you.
for your
Thank you.
insight. And thank you. I think that's concludes.
Yes, about the conclusion, we come to the end of the inspiring session. But before we officially close, I'll be sharing the feedback from first in the chat box. Miss Rizky, please don't forget to scan the QR code and fill out the evaluation. Your feedback really help us to improve our future webinars.
And also, Miss Hanin, it's a must because after the audience fill it, they will also get the certificate sent to your email. That's why it's a must, Miss Hanin. It's also help us, but it's also benefited for you.
Yes, of course. Now, let's continue to empower students to be active researcher, not just a passive learners, encouraging them to ask critical question, make a meaningful connection, and of course, right to impact. We will waiting for you to fill out the feedback. Okay, and I would say big thank you as well to the organizing team for making cross-border collaboration between UNESA and CAPIS possible. We hope this partnership continues and grows stronger in the years come. Okay, may today's session inspire us to pursue academic writing that is not only guided by metrics but also by mission, by ethic and relevance, of course. Okay, is it okay for the feedback form?
Very well.
Is done? Okay. With that, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you and see you at your next academic journey. Maraming salamat po. Sorry for any trouble in here, but it's right. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat.
Thank
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Thank you.